Hey, good morning. This is Joe from Citrus County Porch Life, bringing you a daily word for men for November 6th, 2024. This is being recorded a little before time. We should know who the president is. And let's get on. The word of the day for today is revered. Since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, His external power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse. And this is the commentary. And that was Romans 2, verse 20, the NIV version. One day we will understand what holy ground is. We will bow down in reverence before God. We read the stories of how men died touching the Ark of the Covenant, how Moses could only look at God passing by and still glowed white with his glory. Elijah called down rain and fire. God's awesome power was on display in such magnificent ways that men would fall down in veneration or death. In creation, we see God's power displayed. His creativity is evident in the beauty that surrounds us. We worship Him for His mercy and His grace, and we follow Him because we recognize His patient love and kindness. One day, these things will all come together, and we will fully comprehend and truly revere. Yeah, I'm a very science-oriented guy, and to contemplate the universe shows the majesty of God. And we all know from school that in the early days people thought the stars were in a dome above the earth. People thought the earth was the center of the universe. People could not imagine the distances between Earth and a star, between Earth and our own star, or even the immensity of the Earth. And as we've progressed scientifically, we've found this data out. And for me, it's more confirmation of a transcendent God, not less. If you take the position that there has to be a maker, then the universe was made by something greater than the universe itself. So, for me, that's pretty much proof positive that God is out there directing the universe, directing us, directing every single thing that exists, and it was just from His thought. Now in this, we trying to think of the exact way this author puts it, but we will never fully comprehend God. I do not believe that. I believe He is a transcendental creature, and I believe that we will never ever understand Him. We have a finite mind, and we are physical beings, and I don't believe that we'll ever understand him in his divine nature. If we did, then we would be gods. We'll know more about him, and we'll know more from his grace, which is the source of all our knowledge of him. He created the universe with his grace, sustains us with his grace, and that is how I believe that we can know him. So here are our questions. What makes you esteem God? And esteem means to respect or admire. And I put down one, of course, is creation of the whole universe. The parts we cannot see, the parts we can, the parts we can see on Earth, the parts inside our body and inside this small planet that we are on, really. 2, his mercy and his grace in keeping us in existence. Everything that is in existence depends on God's mercy and grace. All our knowledge of God depends on his grace. And it is through grace that we can know God. Not in the sense of know the interaction of a Godhead, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's beyond anything that we have the ability to understand. And number 3, I put keeping his promises to us regarding salvation. We had no right to salvation. He created us. He could have gotten rid of us, but he didn't want to. And that is more grace, more of God's grace given to us freely. And our salvation will be grace from God. So there are so many things to thank God for. Even with us small human minds, so very many things, and it won't be known until the end of time. God created time. He existed outside of time. He created it, and there will come an end of days, as they say in some prayers in the Orthodox Church, until the ages of ages. So, what can you say? Romans tells it all. It was understood from what he has made. So people are without excuse. If you can look up there and say, well, I don't know, it just came together by happenstance, some chemical bumping into another chemical, and the whole thing just started. And even if you take that kind of view and you say, well, it was the Big Bang theory, well, look at the Big Bang go. There has to be a beginning of everything, because before that it was just God and things didn't exist. There was no bending of the universe or things like that. There was no expansion, there was no universe, there was no time. God is outside of time, and he has always been outside of time. So that's a word for me today. I will be back again tomorrow, November 7th. God bless, and take care.